I'm sure we've all tried to blow up some steam or just clear our heads by taking a walk. Author Cheryl Strayed did this, but her walk was over 1,000 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail, starting in the Mojave Desert and ending in Washington State. In 2012, Cheryl released her best-selling memoir, Wild, that recounts her life at the age of 22. Her mother had just died, and her life soon became an unstable mess, including divorce and drugs. She attempts to save herself when she embarks on an impulsive solo hike of the Pacific Crest Trail. Little did she know just how much this journey would break her down and build her up in ways she never imagined. It seemed like years ago now, as I stood barefoot on that mountain in California, in a different lifetime really, when I made the arguably unreasonable decision to take a long walk alone on the PCT in order to save myself. When I believed that all things I'd been before had prepared me for this journey. Each day on the trail was the only possible preparation for the one that followed, and sometimes even the day before didn't prepare me for what was to come, such as my boots sailing irretrievably off the side of a mountain. The truth is, I was only half sorry to see them go. In the 6 weeks I'd spent in those boots, I'd trekked across places I couldn't possibly define, except to say that I'd been there, passed over it, made it through. And all the while, those boots had blistered my feet and rubbed them raw, and caused my nails to blacken and detach themselves excruciatingly from 4 of my toes. I was done with those boots by the time I had lost them, and those boots were done with me. Though, it's also true that I love them. They'd become not so much inanimate objects to me as extensions of who I was. They were the things I knew I could rely upon, the things that got me through. I looked down at the trees below me. They could keep my boots, I thought. It was late afternoon in mid-July, and I was miles from civilization in every direction. There was a chance someone would come hiking down the trail, but that very rarely happened. Usually, I went days without seeing another person. And it didn't matter whether someone came along anyway. I was in this alone. I gazed at my bare and battered feet with their smattering of remaining toenails. They were ghostly pale to the line, a few inches above my ankle, where the socks I wore ended. My calves above them were muscled, golden, and hairy, dusted with dirt and a constellation of scratches and bruises. I started walking the Mojave Desert, and I didn't plan to stop until I touched my hand to the bridge that crosses the Columbia River at the Oregon-Washington border. I looked north in its direction, the very thought of that bridge a beacon to me. I looked south to where I'd been, to the wild land that had scorched and scarred me, and considered my options. There was only one I knew. There was always only one: to keep walking.